Hey YouTube, hey Facebook. I'm coming to y'all live today because as you can tell by the title of the video, we're going to be talking about George, about I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I am live on YouTube and I am live on Facebook simultaneously. Just waiting on everybody to come in and say hello. Hi, Ashley. I'm just going to sit here and wait for some more people to come in because to me, this is an important video. And I think, hey, Dooney, I think that we should come together and have a discussion on what's been going on across the globe. Okay, so I'm just gonna sit back and wait for a few more people to come in and say, hey, how you doing or whatever. Hey, Miss Tiff, now you my moderator. Now you know when we talk about stuff like this, it get kind of deep. So you know you're gonna have to boot a couple people, you're gonna have to silence a couple people. You understand? I'm live on Facebook and I'm live on YouTube. I'm never really on Facebook, but Monica said, Mom, maybe you should do YouTube and Facebook simultaneously. So that's what I'm doing, but I'm going to be more focused on my, hey, Ronald. I'm going to be more focused on my YouTube because I have a lot of people that come on and they be commenting on the stuff that I'm going to talk about. Hey, Ramsey, as I told Miss Tiff, you know what happens. You know, when you talk about something that has this much controversy that's going on, we're going to have to boot a couple of people. We're going to have to keep a couple of people silent, okay? So, got my two moderators in the room. I want to welcome everybody else here. And if anybody watching on Facebook, welcome. Because like I said, I'm rarely ever on Facebook, but I wanted to put this video up here also. And I definitely wanted to come on here and talk about this to you guys on YouTube. I'm going to start out by saying I missed you guys and I'm glad I'm back. But I didn't know that I was coming back to this. Okay. So after my counter says 10 people, I'm going to start talking. I got like 7 people in the room. So, but a lot more people come in as I'm talking, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, because they want to see, you know, what Mama Kathy talking about today. So anyway, I got my 2 moderators in the room. So, hey, they know what to do. They got Mama Kathy back. Hey, Beth, your daddy outside. I'll tell him when he come in. I'm just waiting on a couple more people to come in. That's right. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. I was gone for a while and I was having fun. I ain't even want to come back home, yo. I got to put the video up. I got to edit it, but I wanted to do this video first because everything that's transpiring out here is just like way past crazy, okay? So I just wanted to come on here, you know, and give my little 2 cents because y'all know Mama Kathy like to talk. So I'm going to be talking. I'm going to give y'all a couple more minutes and then we're going to get into this. And what I'm going to do is I am going to ask everybody to refrain from commenting while I read this statement. And after I'm done reading the statement, then y'all can comment all you want to comment. Hey, Mickey, how you doing? I'm waving at you. I see you the only person in my room in my Facebook. I'm hardly ever on there, but I just want to come in here and talk a little bit about, you know, what's going on. So I'm going to go ahead on and read this statement. And then you guys can comment all you want to, because if you comment now, hey, Brina, if you comment now, I'm not going to see the comments. Okay, I'm gonna have to go on there and check out what you're talking about. So, but we're gonna have an open conversation today about, you know, what's going on. And the campaign is I Can't Breathe. Okay, that's another one of our black men out here that cannot breathe. Okay. Hey, baby doll, I see you in here too. All right. So anyway, so let me read this statement, and then I'm gonna ask you guys not to comment while I'm reading because I'm not. It's gonna distract me from reading the statement. So this is what I wrote down. This is my thoughts. Okay. And then then we're gonna have an open discussion. Okay. On May 25th, 2020, George Floyd was accused of giving a store a fake $20 bill. And he purchased some cigarettes with that money. Employees came out of the store and confronted George and his passengers that was in the car with him. They asked them to give them back the money and give them back the cigarettes, and they they left empty-handed. They went back into the store and they called the police and they reported that George had given them a fake $20 bill and that he was very drunk. Police arrived and they took Floyd out the car and immediately handcuffed him. They set him on the ground by the restaurant window. Then when they tried to put Floyd in the police car, he started to resist. And he was telling them that he was claustrophobic and that he couldn't breathe. Okay? So then that's when, so that's 2 police cars already on the scene. Now this is when Derek Chardin, and I don't know how to say the officer's name, but it's T-O-U, and that's his first name. His last name is T-H-A-U. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's some type of Asian name, and I don't know how to pronounce it. So they arrived on the scene. They immediately, and as you saw the video, they immediately, he was in the police. They had him inside of the police car at this point. Now he's being, shoved around, hit or whatever. We can't see that part because it's inside of the police cruiser. But we do know that he was inside of the car, okay? Then, next thing we know, we see him being yanked out of the other side of the car. And that's when he was already handcuffed. They got him to the ground. Now, I'm going to give you a little backstory on Derek Chavez. He had 17 complaints against him. He was involved in 3 police shootings, and one of them was fatal. Okay? So he killed somebody already. I don't know if it's I don't know how to say his name, and I don't want to murder it, but he had 6 complaints where and he was accused of brutality, and he had lawsuits, and all this happened in 2017. Why did they pull Floyd out of the police car in the first place? He was already handcuffed. He's inside of the car. Why did you pull him out? But see, we haven't yet seen what happened while in that police car, or I haven't seen the video yet. 3 officers has him on the ground. One of them is on his neck, which was Derek. And the other 3 officers, it was 3 officers in total that we couldn't see in the initial first video that came out. So Derek was on his neck, another officer was on his stomach, and the other officer was on his legs. And Floyd was saying, "I can't breathe." For 5 minutes, Floyd said, "I can't breathe." Okay, he kept telling him, he was calling out for his mom. He was calling out for everybody to help him. And they didn't care. And they supposed to be here to protect and to serve us, right? And this is against the law. Okay, they cannot put us in a chokehold or anything like that. That's been abolished. They can't do stuff like that, but they still do whatever they want to do because they police officers. They get away with everything that they do. 20 minutes after the arrest, the EMS came because they were called immediately after they got him on the ground, and they said that he had some mouth bleeding when they called it in. Okay, so that 911 call came out, from the police. It came out, and they said he had some mouth bleeding or whatever, and they came, and it was just a level 2. Then they moved it up to a level 3, saying that he could not breathe. For 8 minutes and 46 seconds, he sat on that man's neck. For 8 minutes and 46 seconds, he stood on that man's neck. At 9:25 p.m., he was pronounced dead. Okay? The medical examiner said that Floyd died from the injury to his neck and an underlying heart condition, okay? And the 4 officers were immediately fired, okay? And they was charged with, well, Derek is the only one who's charged with murder and manslaughter, okay? He's the only one that's charged. Now, this is what I want to ask y'all. Derek's wife is of Asian descent, and they all saying that she was the sister of Derek's partner, the Asian guy. Can't pronounce his name, okay? And they said that she immediately filed for a divorce. Why is that? Why did she immediately file for divorce? Okay? My thoughts on the situation is this: that she filed for a divorce because when he was in the house hiding out after he had killed Floyd, okay, he said to her, this was her second marriage, and she had 2 children from a previous marriage. He probably said something to her like, look, I'm going to need you to file for divorce. This is about to get very ugly. I killed a black man today, and it's all on video. And so I'm going to need you to file for divorce so they cannot get any of my assets. You get everything and just file for divorce. And then you and the kids can be safe. Okay, because that's what they're asking for now. They're asking that his wife and his 2 stepchildren be safe, that nobody come and do them any type of bodily harm, okay? So now we got riots all over the world, even here in Ohio. Now, I was gone for 6 days, but I had got a text message while I was gone saying that they were protesting in Cleveland. And I couldn't believe what they did to our downtown area. It was crazy. I mean, they burned 10 cars. They broke out windows every single place downtown. You can now that's where our county jail is, and they house a lot of criminals that come from the little smaller cities in Ohio. And they house all those people there until they moved off to their, when they convicted or they let go. And my daughter Yetta was down there. And my daughter Yetta was down there, and she said it was so loud. The people inside of the Justice Center, the inmates, were banging on the windows. They were banging on their bars. They was banging on the walls. They were screaming like they were trying to get out, like they wanted to be a part of what was going on downtown. But I want you guys to ask yourself this one question, okay? Why were there bricks in the middle of the street and there was not a construction zone? Okay? So we're going to ask that question. Where did all these protesters come from? Okay, so we know it was thousands of protesters in downtown Cleveland. Okay? Where did they come from? And one thing I want to know too is, where was the police presence when they was down there doing all that they was doing? Okay, the police didn't really show up, okay, from what I saw, until the mayor called in the National Guard, okay? So where were they at? Were they out there hiding, scared to come out? Now, what I want to say is, I want to go and I want to tell you guys a story. And this is what I want to say. We as black people have always been taught to fear white people. But why? We teach our children to respect the police. Don't talk back. Don't run. Why? The color of our skin is our sin. But why? Why are we the only race that can't walk down the street while black? Can't drive while black? Can't jog while black? Why? Why are we now, when we can wear a mask in public, okay, for protection, why are we being harassed and stopped by the police because we have on a mask and a hoodie? You understand? A hoodie has always been part of our attire for years now, okay? But we get harassed because the color of our skin. You understand? But why? Why are we the only people like this? I am married to a black man, and from that union, we had 4 sons, 5 daughters, okay? They had 16 grandsons, 16 granddaughters, and 1 great-granddaughter. So we have Darius, we have Damien Jr., we have Danny the Third, we have Darion, we have Jadier, we have Dier, we have Amir, we have Daniel, we have Denzel, we have Sammy, we have Aaron, we have Joshua, we have Ethan, we have Laquan Jr., we have Mario Jr., we have Javion, and then we got a couple more babies coming. But I just read the names of my black husband, sons, and grandsons because I am in fear for their life. So you say, Mama Kathy, why are you in fear of their life? Because that's what we've been taught. You understand? We can't walk down the street innocently. Let me tell you this little story that happened to my grandchild, Daniel and Denzel. Okay? They live in a predominantly middle class neighborhood, okay? They was walking to their little convenience store, okay? And then all of a sudden, 2 police cars came out of nowhere. 2 boys with a mask and hoodies on, okay? The 13-year-old was so scared, okay? The 12-year-old was just shook with fear. He just was trembling. He couldn't say a word. The 13-year-old was saying, please, we didn't do anything wrong. We didn't do anything wrong. I promise you. We were just going to the store. Call my mom. We live at this address, which was just 2 streets over. Okay? And so they was like, well, what are y'all doing out here? This baby had a now-later in his hand trying to open it. You understand? Talking to his little brother coming from the store. And they were harassed. They were harassed by the police in Euclid, Ohio. Okay? Just because they were 2 little black boys. So when the mom found out what happened, she called to the station and talked to the chief of police in Euclid. And he said that it had been a robbery. But if it was a robbery at the ice cream store where the boys were walking to, it was a whole line of diverse nationalities, okay? They did not go over there and say anything to the people of a different color. They ran up on the 2 little black boys that had on a hoodie and a mask they should be their right to wear whatever they want to wear, okay? So the police chief said, well, when they're not traumatized anymore, bring them up so we could talk to them. For what? It's not going to do any good. You're not going to reprimand the officers that terrified them, are you? No, you're not. You're not going to do that. You know, because the police is what? They always right. And they not. Okay? They always right and they not. Now, getting back to George. The man stood on his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, even after the paramedics had got there. Prior to that, the other police officer that was behind the car, when we couldn't see that first initial video, we couldn't see what was going on the other side of the car. He said, can we turn him on his side? The officer, Derek Chavez, said no. And continued to be on his neck, okay? Then, when the paramedics got there, he stood on this man's neck for another 4 minutes. And the paramedics had to ask him to get off of him. And as you see, when they went to turn him over, they didn't do it gently. They did it very roughly. This man was not moving. You understand? You can hear the people in the crowd. They irate. They mad. They's like, why are you doing this, bro? Why are you? He's not even moving. He's not resisting you. He's handcuffed. Why are you doing this to this man? Because the fucking color of his skin was his sin. When he went to the store, they didn't have no proof that he was the one who gave the $20 counterfeit bill yet. You understand? They haven't had no proof of that. But let me take you to another story. Now, a lot of y'all out there know my son, Danny. Y'all know him as Dochi. I'm going to tell y'all a little story of what happened to my son when he was 18 years old. The first time that he ever had a run-in with the police that was this deep, okay? Because I could have been a mother coming on here telling y'all the same story that's been going on for years. We were having a family meeting that day, okay? I told all the children to be home by 4, okay? Danny's girlfriend she had at that time left her keys at home, left her eyeglasses at home. She asked Danny to stop at the store, get her key, go into the house, get her eyeglasses. Danny went into the store. He went to the store, got the keys, had the key in the lock, and the guy said, hey, what you doing? Danny turned around, and he can't see, at far distance. He turned around. He seen a white guy. We live in a crack-infested neighborhood. He didn't pay him no attention. You understand? He didn't identify himself as the police because I already taught my kids, don't run, don't talk back, just answer their questions so you could come home. You understand? So he didn't know he was a police officer. Next thing you know, my son got a 9mm on the back of his head, telling him to freeze, right? So somebody in the neighborhood ran to the house and told me that the police had my son down in the Whites. Now, that's what we call the apartment buildings down there. My husband was upstairs. He didn't know what was going on. So I run down the street to find, to go get my son, right? When I get down there, they got my son on the ground, on his knees, with his hands like this behind his head, okay? The white officer got his thumb in here, pressing down. My son Danny said, move your hand, you are hurting me. The officer dug it in deeper, okay? I'm standing there. I'm watching the whole thing, right? My son said, if you do not move your finger, I'm coming up off this ground. The guy dug his finger in there deeper, right? You know how this hurts. Right up in here, that hurts, okay? My son, 18 years old, young black man, got up off that ground. You understand? Now it's 4 vice officers now, okay? They superior and it's 3 guys underneath him, okay? When my son came up off the ground, they tackled him. And they got him on the ground and they was choking him. They had him in a chokehold. So I'm standing there and I'm telling y'all, and I'm not lying, it was a fraction of a motherfucking minute, okay? I was standing there and I'm looking at my son. He ain't got no life looking in his eyes, okay? So I run over and I push one officer off. I push the other officer off. The one that had his hands around my son's neck, I pried and I got his hands from off my son's neck. The officer that was in charge, now my son is up off the ground now. So now the officer, he pushed me, the superior. I pushed him back. He pushed me again. I pushed him harder. He pushed me harder. I pushed his ass to the ground. The next thing I know, my daughter and my niece is up there. Now my husband is down, down here now. Now all these police, they don't call for backup. So we got all these polices out here. And so then the police telling us, shut up, shut up. I said, you shut the fuck up. I said, you gonna sit there and watch somebody kill your son in front of you when y'all not supposed to be choking nobody? That's done. That's over. Y'all can't do that. You understand? So now they got my son in handcuffs, okay? Now, to make a long story short, because I don't want to get off topic, okay? They took my son to jail for aggravated, damn it, hold on. They took him to jail for aggravated, disorderly conduct. That's what they took him to jail for. 18 years old. His only crime is that he was a black man walking down the street, opening up an apartment door with some baggy blue jeans on and a big white t-shirt. That's what it was. They took my son to jail. The white cop stood in my face telling me to shut the fuck up. And I'm like, I'm not shutting up. Then my husband jumped in it. You understand? You're not finna kill my son in front of me, because when you kill my son, you're gonna have to take the breath out of my body too, because the Mama Kathy ain't finna play that at all, period. I'm about that for my kids. You understand? I'm gonna lay my life down on the line for them. I born them in this world, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna sit here and watch you take them off. When I saw my son's eyes and they was going in the back of his head, I snapped. You understand? I did what any parent should do in that moment. You understand? Not staying there saying, get off him, get off him. No, you got to show some action sometime. And that's what the fuck I did that day. And that's why my son Dochi is here now to entertain y'all on YouTube. You understand? Other than that, he wouldn't have been here, because they was choking the life out of my son. My son that I gave birth to, that I carried. You understand? That I nurtured up until he was 18. They was choking the life out of him. Now look what they did to George. Why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? Because they can. Because there's no consequences for none of their actions. There's no consequences for none of their actions. They say to us, okay, so what happened here that's happening all over the world? They did, like I said, they burnt 10 cars. 10 cars. 2 of them was police cars. They broke, oh my God, they destroyed our downtown. Now, a part of me, y'all gonna say Mama Kathy. Exactly, Miss Tef. I got the devil on his shoulder, and I got the angel on his shoulder, okay? The devil, the angel, okay? The devil in me say, do that and do worse. You understand? The angel on me said, no, be peaceful. But how long do we have to be peaceful? They asked us every time they kill one of us to be peaceful, to give them a chance to do the investigation, give them a chance to make it right for us. When is it ever right for us? It's never right. Look how George Zimmerman killed Trayvon Martin and got away with it. Stand your ground, and you killed a baby because he had a juice and some Skittles? The dispatcher told you numerous times, stop following him. But you murdered him in cold blood and still walking around to this day. You understand? Police officers are killing people every single day. My daughter gave me this list. Oh, before I get into the list, I'm going to tell y'all this. Did y'all see that mayor in Mississippi? He said, if you can talk, you can breathe. So it's okay what the police officer did to Floyd. If you can talk, you can breathe. What happened when he stopped talking? What happened when he stopped talking? What happened when he stopped talking? He stayed on that man's neck. Here he is. Look at him. There we go. Right there. The mayor of Mississippi. If you can talk, you can breathe. If you can talk, you can breathe. George said, I can't breathe. But this fat bastard said, if you could talk, you could breathe. So if he could talk and breathe, what happened when he stopped talking? That bastard, Derek Chavez, stayed on his fucking neck. Right. He looked like he can't fucking breathe with his no-neck ass. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you this picture. My daughter Yetta printed this out for me. This says, say her name. Okay? Say her name. These are all the women, black women, that were killed by police. Okay? I'm only going to read a couple of them. We got Eleanor. We got Karen. We got Martina Brown. We got Taisha Miller. We got Darnisha Harris. We got Yvette Smith. We got Kayla Moore. We have Sandra Bland. We have Renee Davis. We have Alicia Thomas. We have India Kruger. We have Anna Brown. We have Pearl Smith. Now that's the women's names inside of her afro. Okay? That died from police brutality for whatever reason. They just think they can do whatever they want to do to us. This is a list of men's names. See all these names? This is a list of black men that was killed by police, okay? We got Tamir Rice. We got Walter Scott. We got Billy Ray Davis. We got Christian Taylor. We got Wendell Celestin. We got David Joseph. We got Christopher Whitfield. We got Lorenzo Dean. We got Philip White. We got Glenn Mann. We got Joseph Davis, and we got Kevin Hicks. And it's hundreds more names on this paper that I haven't read to y'all. You understand? But they keep getting away with everything they doing to us, so they gonna keep on doing it. There's no repercussions for what they're doing. No repercussions for their actions. None. And guess what happens? They say, give us time to investigate. Just go about your business and be peaceful. But remember, I told you, I got this devil and this angel. The devil in me say, go down there and tear up their motherfucking houses. Go tear up their motherfucking cars. I don't want them to tear up their shops and stuff. You understand? Because these are innocent people that didn't do anything. You understand? But all the government businesses, I don't care about none of their business because they don't care about none of us black people. They don't care about none of us. You understand? So I don't care about none of their government businesses. I don't care about none of that. All this shit was built on our back any motherfucking way. And if you black, you know what the fuck I mean. Give me about 40 acres in my motherfucking mule. Still ain't got that shit. The Indians got their rights. They got their reservations and everything. They came over, the white man came over and took everything from them. Then they brought us over here. And then we done built this motherfucker up. But what is we? We have to live on welfare. Can't have, we got subpar jobs. You understand what I'm saying? But our education is just as well as theirs. You understand? But we can't even go in there and get the job because the color of our skin. You understand? If you white, you walk in there, you're going to get a job. And then what they try to do is they do this to us too. They let our women go out, okay, and get a good paying job so she could come home and look down at her black man. You understand? And say, oh, you ain't nothing but a dishwasher. But she got a job as a lawyer. You understand? Because they want us to look down on our black men. And then they say, where's the black man at? We ain't no black men in the house. That's why these boys out here doing what they doing. No, they not. What happened when it was a black man in the house? Y'all came in there. Y'all beat him. Y'all beat him. Y'all raped them. Y'all took them away from their families. Y'all beat the women. Y'all raped us. Y'all took our kids. We never seen them again. We don't know what happened to them. We don't know nothing. You understand? We don't know nothing what happened to our babies. You got it? Our ancestors, all the way back when we was in slavery, they still doing that shit to us now. But today was a modern day fucking lynching. Okay? I said modern day lynching. They had him on the ground, and he sat on his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. When they lynched us from the tree, and they kicked the stand from under us, if our necks didn't break immediately, we hung on the end of a rope into our body until we suffocated. And eventually our neck broke from the weight of our bodies, okay? But at least that happened in a minute or two. George sat there. He sat there and he said, help me, I can't breathe. That was a modern day lynching. They had that man on the ground calling for his mama. Can you imagine how his mama feel, his sister feel, his children feel, his cousins feel, his brothers, how they feel watching a loved one take their last breath on camera? Because believe me, he didn't leave that scene alive. He left that scene dead. You understand? He left that scene dead. Let me tell you, when they called the ambulance took him away immediately because the crowd was starting to form and it was starting to get violent. So when the EMTs that came wasn't the real ambulance company. Couldn't have been. Because if you think about it, why did they put in another call to the fire department and then the people who took George away? Now they couldn't find him. They asked the police, where did he go? They couldn't tell them. It took them 5 minutes to find where George was at. And they on the radio saying that he's in cardiac arrest now. That's what they were saying. So who drove George away from the scene? They said it was the ambulance, but they didn't know how to handle a person that was in cardiac arrest? I don't get that one. I'm confused. But There go another long list of things to be confused about. So now we're going back to Derek's wife. Is she the sister of his partner, the Asian guy? Is she the sister of him? That's what I want to know. Okay? That's what I want to know. And why did she immediately file for divorce? She immediately filed for divorce. That's not normal. That's not normal human behavior. You understand? He got fired. He was arrested. Then his wife filed for divorce. That all came into play when he sat in that house with her when he was being guarded by thousands of people because they knew his address was immediately leaked. They was coming for him. Okay? But they had him being watched. You understand? So while he was in that house having that private conversation with his wife, this is my thoughts. He said to her, baby, they coming for me because I done killed a black man on camera. You understand? They gonna come, they gonna get me. But I don't want you and the kids to suffer. Or whatever, you know? They trying to say, and then she came out and she said, he's not like that. He's like a teddy bear. Where? You sat there on that man's neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. I know. They worked at the same club for 17 years, I heard, at the same restaurant. For 17 years. Did he have a personal vendetta against George? What was that about? I don't get that one. You knew this man, and you sat on his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. What y'all think down? What y'all think that they should be doing? Do you think the devil, the angel, what do y'all think should be happening right now? I'm not for them looting, stealing liquor and cigarettes and TVs. I'm not for that. You understand? But how do y'all feel about the protesters? Like here, we had 66 arrests downtown on Saturday. Almost everybody that's down there is not from Cleveland, Ohio. They're not from Ohio. They're from out of state. Was they sent here to instigate? To throw that brick that was magically put in the streets? The bricks that was magically put in the streets? Was they instigating what was going on? Is that what they're doing all over the country? Is they coming down and instigating, parading this as protesters? Is that what are they doing? Who's organizing this? You understand? Now I'm tired. I'm tired of looking in the news, seeing our black people dead. Thank you. Thank you. And you should have seen all the white people that came together on Sunday to go down in downtown Cleveland to sweep up all the glass and all that, saying that they shouldn't be doing this. I don't agree that they should be down there, stealing and stuff like that. But I say, fuck it. Tear up the federal building. Tear up the goddamn Justice Center. I don't give a damn about the police cars. They don't give a damn about us. About us at all. We see too much police brutality. Every day. Police brutality. Somebody dying. Out of 365 days last year in 2019, only 24 days out of 2019, a black person wasn't killed. Ain't that crazy? That's crazy. I just don't understand it. I need some help. I need somebody to tell me what's going on. And what do y'all think we should be doing about this? What do y'all think we should be doing? Do y'all think that we should be just sitting back quietly, waiting for 6 months to come down and everything go back to being peaceful again? And then they come and say, oh, Derek Chavez was acquitted of killing George Floyd. What do y'all think? And then 2 months later, you have another murder in the news of another black man losing his life because there was no repercussions for this person's actions and a person before him and before him and before him and before him. I don't get it. Miss Tiff, what's your thoughts? Ramsey, what's your thoughts? Anybody else? Beth, what are you thinking? I'm sure y'all got black brothers, black uncles, black cousins, black father, black and your family? What are y'all out there thinking? Facebook, YouTube, what y'all thinking about all this? Black men on here, what are you thinking about this? How they just taking our life just because the color of our skin? What do y'all think? It's crazy. Jeffrey, what do you think? Thank you for putting it on Facebook. But what do you think? What do you think? How do you feel? You have a son and a daughter, right? What do you tell your black son about what the police is doing? The same thing I taught my kids when they was coming up. Don't run. Don't run. Don't talk back. Do as they ask. And then they still kill us anyway. What's the point of teaching our kids to be respectful? Then they take all our men and they lock them up in jail. You understand? For the pettiest of crimes. And then there's other races out here to go out there and do the same crime and they don't get no time. They get probation or they just get completely off. So do you really think that Derek and the other 3 officers that sat on this man and his partner watching what's going on, you know, telling people to get back with pepper spray in his hand? You understand? Do you think they're going to get charged for this? Do you think they're going to actually go to jail for this? Okay, let me see what she said. I'm sick and fed up. The way is sickening, but I don't think going out tearing up everything gonna get us anywhere. All I can say is stay prayed up. I mean, yes. Danny, let me borrow your phone right quick. I got 2 phones sitting in my face. One on Facebook Live and I got one on YouTube. Can I see your phone, Danny? I don't think tearing up stuff is the answer either, but as far, I don't care. I care about people who downtown trying to make a living with their businesses. I care about them. I do not care. I used to care. I mean, I don't care about them tearing up the cars. Pull up Charles Tony. Case happened here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Okay, about to look him up right now. Okay, hold on. Let me get his name. Charles. Hold on, y'all. Give me a sec while I look this up. Okay, now let me see. Who did you say this was? Your stepson? Okay. All right, so let me see. Update. Charles Tony suing Hamilton County Sheriff Office. Chattanooga rapper sues Hamilton County Sheriff's Office and deputies for 2018 beating. Okay, let me pull it up. Okay, so this is who she's talking about. This is her stepson, Charles Tony. This is her stepson right here. Okay, so let's see what they're saying on here. Let me go read this article. Okay. Charles Tony Jr. listened as his attorney speak during a news conference at the Hamilton County Chattanooga Court building on Thursday, December 13, 2018 in Chattanooga, Tennessee. In the news conference, attorney Lee Merritt called for the firing Hamilton County Sheriff deputies who were filmed punching and kicking Tony and for the district attorney's office to drop criminal charges against him. A bystander filmed part of the arrest on December 3rd, 2018, in which Kirkpatrick punched and kicked Tony, who was handcuffed and on the ground. After the video went viral, Hamilton County Sheriff Jim Hammock placed Kirkpatrick on desk duty, and District Attorney Neil Pinkston asked the U.S. Department of Justice to investigate. Kirkpatrick remains on administrative leave with pay. So, and then he filed a federal lawsuit for excessive force. So, did anything happen to him? Let me see. Okay, let me see what she's saying. I'm not married to his dad anymore, but I still call him my stepson. Show your chat the video. Okay, let me see. Let me, I don't see the video. Oh, here's the video. Let me see. Okay, hold on. Let me make it bigger so everybody can see. Okay, here's the video. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see if it's sound. I don't hear any sound. Hold on. Let's get this all the way back to the beginning. Okay. Now, here's the video. She wants me to show you guys the video of what happened to her stepson. Look like they're trying to hide while I'm filming it. Are those detectives? Don't look like I see a police uniform. I can't see because I got the camera facing toward y'all. Wow, they dragging him over the ground. They doing all that to him? This is crazy. He got handcuffs on and they're beating him. They are literally beating this young man and he got handcuffs on. Do you know how many thousands of videos we have like this out here now because of these smartphones and everything? This is just ridiculous. Do y'all remember the man? The police pulled him over and he was walking away and the police shot him 8 times in the back. And this guy was over the fence. He was a Hispanic guy and he was videotaping it. The police officer did not know. You understand? And he made a whole report that was false. A whole report that was false. Okay? And he thought he was getting away with it. But I don't even know what happened to him. I got to look him up and see what happened to him. The police officer who shot that guy 8 times in the back. Nothing. I'm sure nothing happened to him because if it did, we would have heard about it. But the thing about it is, what about the guy? What was his name? The guy that was standing outside of the store selling loose cigarettes. What was his name? And they killed him, choked him to death too. They have a problem with putting their hands around people's motherfucking necks and their feet on your neck, and they just think that they could just get away with doing this shit. Oh. If I just sat here and just told y'all my inner, darkest, deepest thoughts, but I'm not going to do that because that's the devil in me. I want God, the angel. I want God to lead me, and I want him to keep me sane, like where I'm supposed to be, because I wouldn't know what I would do if that was, I knew what I was doing when they attacked my son. I knew exactly what I was doing when they attacked my son. Okay, Danny, when they attacked him, I always taught them, don't run. If the police pull you over, stop. Yes, Dochi, stop. Don't run because if they catch up with you, they're going to kill you. They had a friend, his name was Lee. His name is Lee. And he was a really good friend of the boys, Danny and Daniel, Dochi and Daniel. And he was high on something. I don't know what he had taken, but he took the police on a high-speed chase. They caught that boy. They beat that boy so bad, and then they tasered that boy so bad until he peed and pooped his pants. And nothing happened to him because he did not stop. You understand? So that just makes them even more mad and irate. Yes, I'm glad too, because if I hadn't told, but Danny was telling him, because if somebody is pushing their hand down into your neck, on the bony part of your neck, with their thumb, and they got pressure, and he coming down because he's standing over my son, while my son is handcuffed on his knees, okay? I mean, not handcuffed, but his hands on behind his head on his knees. You understand? I wish my son had still been 17. He had just turned 18. Exactly. Exactly, Ramsey. Over a fake $20 bill, this man lost his life. And we don't even know if he was the one who gave the fake $20 bill. Because you know, every time they say something, they always say, oh, all black people look alike. And that's a damn lie, because we come in all different shades in color. But the first thing they say, oh, all black people look alike. All black people look alike. No, all black people don't look alike. So who gave this fake $20 bill? And was that enough to take a man's life over? It wasn't a violent crime or anything like that. Y'all immediately took this man out of the car and handcuffed him. Handcuffed him. Okay? Handcuffed him. So this whole time that you got this man, you put him in a police car, you beating him. We can't see it, but we seeing stuff happening in the car. And then y'all pull him out of the police car? Where they do that one at? Right there where it happened at. Pulled him out the car and sat on that man's neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. I ain't gonna never get that out of my mind, 8:46. 8 minutes, 46 seconds, and you sat there looking like an evil bastard that you are. Sat there and wouldn't come off his neck. Even when the ambulance people told you, when they got there, you still sat on him. This man wasn't moving. He wasn't even breathing. You was at a memorial for him. I just saw his brother. on the news before I came downstairs doing my life. I want to read y'all this too. Y'all know that Beyonce, I'm sure you are, Jeffrey, but it's so hard. Look at this. Be paid to be a professional honor Christ. Get paid up to $200 direct action. Remember, direct action gets the goods. This, the Ku Klux Klan's white supremacists, this is from them. They telling them to go out and be professional killers. And they're going to pay them $200. That's all we worth. That's all we worth, y'all. We worth $200. That's all our life worth. I'm surprised they got us even that high. This is what Oprah Winfrey had to say, because I was kind of, I was trying to figure out how did Oprah Winfrey feel about this. Beyonce immediately started a petition, okay? She immediately started a petition, and on the petition it said, you know, I'm going to pull the video up for you guys. I got to go on my husband's phone. I'm not used to his telephone. I'm used to my own phone. Yours an 11, mine. He's silly. Here's what Beyonce had to say. No, Dan, you got your thing on. Can you turn it off? Hold on, y'all. You turn it off?
No more senseless killings.
Okay, this is what I want y'all to hear right here.
We need justice for George Floyd. We all witnessed his murder in broad daylight. We're broken and we're disgusted. We cannot normalize this pain. And I'm not only speaking to people of color. If you're white, black, brown, or anything in between, I'm sure you feel hopeless by the racism going on in America right now. No more senseless killings of human beings. No more seeing people of color as less than human. We can no longer look away. George is all of our family in humanity. He's our family because he's a fellow American. There have been too many times that we've seen these violent killings and no consequences. Yes, someone's been charged, but justice is far from being achieved. Please sign the petition and continue to pray for peace and compassion and healing for our country. Thank you so much. We need justice.
Beyonce had to say she started a petition and she got a couple million million signatures in the space of hours. Okay, that's how powerful that, you know, when you are a celebrity, you know, of her statue and her husband's statue, that they could go out and get these many signatures on change.org. And if you want to sign that petition, go over there. Huh?
Whole box of them guns from up there.
That I took with us?
Ronnie took them.
I
I
don't
set them
know.
up there on that white thing and they gone.
I moved some stuff around when I was
Oh,
upstairs.
man, you moved.
So anyway, I wanted to read to y'all what Oprah Winfrey had to say. LL Cool J, is that on Instagram, Ramsey? Is that on Instagram? I'll pull it up. With me putting them on here, they may, I don't know what they're gonna do about this video.
Hands and knees on our necks. A garden of evil with no seeds of respect. In America's mirror, all she sees is regret. Instead of letting blood live, they begging for bloodlet. Revenge is a dish that's served on platelet. Transfusion of confusion, abusing our intellect. I can't be bought with a $1,200 check, even though $1,200 can make a meal stretch. My mama wasn't rich, but she earned my respect. She made a little bit of money for a lot of blood, tears, and sweat. Jumping up and down on police cars, I'm vexed. After Chauvin killed George Floyd, we got next. Molotov cocktails, anarchy on the set. The rich took the loot, so now we loot shit. Feeling like a caged tiger that's whipped to do tricks. That's why I started fires and yelled and threw bricks. They tried to run me over and arrest me and shit. Tase pepper spray and engage with the kid. They ran up in the state house with them AKs quick. But let a nigga try and do that white boy shit. Won't be no rubber bullets ricocheting off ribs. But the white supremacists go in the cops' faces spit. Try to barbecue, Becky calling cops on the kid. Hoping and praying it be some Emmett Till shit. Sandra wasn't bland, they hated Mike cause he brown. Trayvon should have had an Aston Martin riding around. Amadou Diallo, it's way too many to follow. Vato, how much of my pride I gotta swallow? God only knows how deep this plan goes. I was dealing with this shit as a teen in Kangos. Harassed by cops, word to my ancestors' souls. And watching that man die slow left a hole. He cried for his mama as the murder unfold. If it wasn't for the phone, Chauvin would be at home. Feeling justified because of George's skin tone. I'm telling it to those with melanin, you're not alone. The new Malcolm, Martin, and Marcuses are now grown. America's a graveyard full of black men's bones. And I ain't got to tell you that Breonna Taylor got slayed in her own home. Had they lived, Sean could have rocked bells. Eric could have garnered attention. Beyond the t-shirts and obituary mentions. Oscar could have been counting grants. Tamir could have went to Rice. They owed them cops nothing, but all of them paid the price. So yeah, you right. We should protect our Second Amendment rights. Because in a second, a dirty cop could kick the door in at night. A 2-4-2 finna life for life. We refuse to live in hell while you living in paradise. Being black in America is like rolling a pair of dice. But the stakes are way higher, you gambling with my life. Black lives matter. Forever.
And ever. Amen. And he said that shit. Let me tell y'all what Oprah Winfrey said. Oprah Winfrey said, because I was trying to tell y'all, I was wondering what she was going to say. That was so powerful. It was so powerful. Hearing LL Cool J, the old school dude, he came up in there with a strong rap. You understand? But it just was filled with so much emotion and so, you felt it, so it was so powerful. You felt it. Beyonce, when you listen to her words, you can hear her voice shake as she's talking. I don't know if it's from anger or from hurt or from both. But this is what Oprah Winfrey had to say. Excuse me. Oprah said, I've been trying to process what can be said or heard in this moment. I haven't been able to get images of the knee on his neck out of my head. I'm there every morning. It's there every morning when I rise and when I go through the ordinary duties of the day, while I'm pouring coffee, lacing my shoes, and taking a breath. I think he doesn't get to do this. And now the video from the other angle of two other officers pinning him down. My heart sinks even deeper. His family and friends says he was a gentle giant. His death has now shown us he had a giant soul. If the largeness of his soul is determined by the sphere of his influence, George Floyd is a mighty soul. George Floyd, hashtag George Floyd, we speak your name, but this time we would not let your name be just a hashtag. Your spirit is lifted by the cries of all of us who call for justice in your name. That is from Oprah Winfrey. You understand? One of the powerful elite, that black elite that we have out here. I didn't know where she stand because, a lot of times these celebrities do things in the dark. They don't want their name behind what's going on. I don't know if it's from not wanting to their white counterparts, to offend them. I don't give a damn about offending anybody. You understand? I don't care about offending people. You understand? Because it's time. Because we have been offended, we have been killed, we have been stepped on, we have been drugged, we have been hung, we have been lynched, we have been, anything imaginable has been done to us. It was a story that my husband came to on Facebook. Someone had shared a video. And the police, this man, he was a black man in his underwear in his bed asleep. He woke up to guns pointed at him. And he had a gun. He had a concealed carry license, okay? Concealed carry license. He woke up to somebody kicking his door in. So what's the first thing he gonna do? He gonna grab his gun. The police told him, asked him, why did he have a gun? He asked them, why are you in my house? Why are you in my house? I already called the alarm company and told them that everything was okay. Why are you in my house? You understand? He couldn't understand why the police was in his house. Why did they make him sit down? He asked him to call for the chief of police. And when the chief of police get there, or the sergeant or whoever he was, he told him to go sit down. How you going? He said, this is my house. You at my house in the middle of the night. They said, well, when we knocked on the door, why didn't you answer? He said, man, I was asleep. He said, man, I was asleep. You walking in this man's house in the middle of the night. I wish a motherfucker would walk in my house in the middle of the night. I'm going to shoot and I'm going to ask questions motherfucking later. You understand? I don't give a fuck who it is. Don't break into my home. You understand? This is where we supposed to feel safe, where we lay our fucking heads at night or during the day. You understand? This is where we supposed to feel safe. This is our castle, our kingdom. You understand? But we getting violated in there, just like LL who just said. She got killed in her own home. For what? Man, I just don't understand why people are doing so much. I have this other thing on Instagram, and I wanted to play it for y'all. Since I was already doing this, they gonna already demonetize my channel, but I don't care. This little boy right here, I'm going to play this for y'all. This little boy, Barack Obama, our ex-president, he played this on his Twitter.
Black man, doing all that I can to stand. Oh, but when I look around and I see what's being done to my kind, every day I'm being hunted as prey. My people don't want no trouble. We've had enough struggle. I just wanna live. God protect me. I just wanna live. I just wanna live.
And isn't that all we want to do?
In crowds, kids getting killed, and it's clearly the generation after us, man, that's so lost, man. Man, I came into Houston and the nigga told me, yeah, Floyd, that young nigga the truth, man, right there, because he could bust a gun. Man, I knew it was crazy. Then a nigga my age saying this here, man. You know what I'm saying? And condoning this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like half them young niggas shooting them guns go home and they knees shaking at night. But they don't show it to nobody because, you know, they ain't tough dead. Hey, man, come on home, man. One day it's gonna be you and God. You going up or you going down. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be it. And any nigga don't like this message, especially nigga my age, man, fuck you right now. My heart hurt. Our young generation is clearly lost, man. Clearly lost.
Did you hear that? And that came from George Floyd himself. He said our generation now is lost. And then like I think also that we need to stop black on black crime. I think we need to stop killing one another. You understand? That's what we need to do. We need to stop killing one another out here because we need to come together. We need to form together and come this community, and we need to be whole, and we need to be solid, and we need to stop letting them walk all over us. I'm just telling you, we need to come together, and we shouldn't have to pray when we walk out our door that we're gonna be able to come back home that night. You understand? Not from just the police killing us, but from us killing us too. You understand? We always been taught to be against each other. When slavery was out here, it was the light-skinned blacks was in the master's home. You understand? Because they done raped the women and mixed up these babies. You understand? So they had the lighter-skinned Negroes up in the big house working for them. They had the darker-skinned Negroes in the fields, sweat, blood, and tears every single day. You understand? So they already pitted us against each other. And it's still in our minds, our bodies, and our souls today. To be... to be against each other, excuse me. And they taught us to be envious, jealous of what another man got. You understand? I have never been envious or jealous of nothing anybody had in my entire life, and that's the honest God truth. Because I feel as though if they can get it, Mama Kathy can get it too. You understand? I'm done with this FaceTime video. I wanted to play something for you. I gotta see if I can find it. I probably can't find it now. I know it's inside of my phone, but I'm on my husband's phone, so I'm probably not gonna be able to find it, but let me see.
This is not a test. This is not a test.